this inflection point where we are poised for meaningful growth across every facet of our educational system. We are excited to continue building on the legacy of excellence established by generations of students, teachers, administrators, and staff who have poured their passion into this district. We are confident that under our new superintendent's leadership, our schools will not only honor that legacy, but elevate it, ensuring our district thrives as a place of opportunity, belonging, and excellence for all. After thorough deliberation, it became quite clear that one candidate stood out as bringing a unique and compelling vision for our future. The Board of Education is pleased to announce that we will be voting on a resolution to approve Dr. Alexa Doshner as our new superintendent of schools. Okay, so we're gonna, we've walked in a resolution and, I will read that. Thank you. Okay, so this is Personnel 14, Appointment of Superintendent of Schools. Be it resolved that the Board of Education appoints Dr. Alexa Doshner as Superintendent of Schools effective July 1st, 2025, and authorizes the Board President to execute an employment contract with Dr. Doshner dated May 21st, 2025. Can I get a, do I have to do a motion? Yeah. Can I get a motion? Megan and Ann, all in favor? Okay, 7. So it's unanimous. Thank you very much. I want to thank the community for its ongoing support through this process, and we value all the input we receive from staff, community members, students. We're still using it to help guide us as we move forward, and we're very optimistic and excited, and we look forward to this coming years. Thank you again, and thanks to Alexa. Did you have something you want to say?
Thank you. Good evening, Glen Cove community. I am deeply honored and humbled for the opportunity to serve as the superintendent of this incredible district. I have been proud to be a part of the district for the past 10 years. I want to extend my sincere gratitude to the Board of Education for their trust and confidence in my leadership and vision, to the communities and families for their support, and to the committed staff of the district for their unwavering partnership over the years. Our district is a special place filled with dedicated educators and staff, passionate and talented students, and a community that values learning, growth, and belonging. I am inspired every day by the commitment I see in our classrooms, our offices, our hallways, and even across our outdoor spaces, in all the work we do together every day in service of our students. I would also like to take a moment to thank Dr. Rihanna for her leadership and tireless efforts on behalf of students, staff, and families. Her commitment to the district has left a lasting impact, as we all know, and I am looking forward to the thoughtful and collaborative transition she will help guide. As we take the next steps together as a district community, I look forward to listening, learning, and continuing to build on the strong foundation that we share. Together, we will nurture a positive culture of compassion, innovation, and high expectations, always keeping students at the heart of our decisions. I am energized and fully committed to the work ahead and confident that together we will cultivate a positive community and achieve excellence for our students. Thank you.
Thank you.
Action shot of walking? No.
don't you guys come up?
Okay. Everybody settled? Okay. You're Dr. Rana, you ready for your superintendent's report?
Well, after all of this, we just want to catch our breath for a moment. So I am going to turn this over for a commercial break.
We are in high school, home of the GC Knights, and this is Big Red. Our traditions ground us, our teamwork lifts us, our sportsmanship defines us. That's the Big Red way.
Go Big Red. We are the GC Knights. We are the Big Red. We are Big Red.
We play with passion. We compete with class. And we always respect the game and each other.
We get it. Sometimes the game isn't swing our way. And yet, sometimes the refs make calls you might not agree with. But as a fan, today, your job is very simple. Sit back, cheer big, and go to shout. And even if you don't love every call, you still have to show respect to all the refs, the players around us, and the fans in the stands. What do we do with respect is how we roll. It's not just what we do, it's everywhere we go. We don't just wear the jersey, we honor the legacy.
Whether you just arrived or you've been here for decades, you belong. Go Big Red!
Whether we're scoring goals or shouting the sideline, remember, we all represent GC. Go Big Red!
We are in high school, home of the GC Knights, and
I would like to thank Valerie Lasser, Kim Rizzo, and all the young people in this commercial. They show respect even before the other districts were asking for it. In the 12 years I've been here, in the sporting events that I have attended, we have always walked away understanding that our teams, our coaches, our fans have always been respectful in every manner. Our staff, our coaches have taught our children well, and I am truly grateful and proud to say that I was representing Glen Cove. The students got together because there has been a call by Section 8 and actually by the Athletic Association of New York State to help educate our communities because of the inappropriate actions of some fans in sporting events across New York State, and I would tend to think across the nation. Our students took a proactive look at this. Kim Rizzo, our athletic director, worked with Valerie Lasser, one of our TV studio teachers, and you will be seeing more commercials of this type each season. They have told me that this is just the beginning, but I could not hold back. I needed to share, so I hope you enjoyed our first real commercial. Yes. All right. At this point in time, I'd like to begin some recognitions in the district. So, is Alicia Quayle here? No? Yes? No. Okay. So, we are members of an organization called SCOPE. They support some benefits within our district, but also as a member of SCOPE, we get a $500 award scholarship. This year, based on the applications that we make, we will be providing Alicia Quayle a $500 scholarship towards her graduation and her future plans. The next piece is that our students get recognized in so many ways. And so, each year there's an Outstanding Student Award at Nassau BOCES. For 2025, the George Farber Outstanding Student Award at Nassau BOCES was given to two students. Both happen to be ours. Ethan Arrega Zapata and Tyler, I'm going to kill this last name, Goyencha? Not here. Ethan's here. Come up here, Ethan. I have to say, Ethan's going to have a whole wall of these certificates, I think, by the end of the month. But Ethan, once again, thank you for representing Glen Cove in the manner in which you do, and I can't wait to see what the future brings to you.
Thank you.
And I get another picture taken with him. All right. So we did a little reorganization in our district last year and for this school year. And at this point in time, we'd like to provide the Board of Education an understanding of how this reorganization is working to support our students in the guidance department. So can I have oh, she's coming up. Dr. Ursula Mora, our new assistant superintendent at the high school. I can't say new anymore. You're already part of the family, so. Assistant principal, I'm sorry. What did it say? Okay, I'm sorry about that. Did I give you a promotion?
Hi, good evening, everyone. For starters, I want to just say thank you for the opportunity to lead within the Glen Cove School District. It's been nothing but a pleasure. I've been welcomed by everyone, from the Board of Education to the parents to the students, and I just want to let you know what's been going on. So, as the assistant principal of Glen Cove High School, I wanted to, for starters, introduce the counselors that I supervise. The picture's a little bit dark, but I have Miss Alyssa Anderson, Miss Kelly Ioka, Miss Christy McAuliffe, Miss Nadia Pereira, Miss Kristen Snall, and as well as, she doesn't go by Marja, but we call her Margie, Miss Margie Tachman. Okay, I work with wonderful counselors, bilingual, monolingual, college and career readiness specialists. So we'll get into the nuts and bolts of what it is that they do. Let me make sure. So one of the things that helped me understand what it is that our fabulous counseling department does is that I started to study their Google Classrooms. They made sure that each grade in Glen Cove High School has a Google Classroom. So that way they have resources and they can go to different places. Obviously they can't go there, but they can get up-to-date announcements, which will be on the next slide, for families and students. So on the Google Classrooms that have been set up for each grade, if they go to the stream, you'll be able to see up-to-date announcements, whether it be community service opportunities, scholarship opportunities, whatever might be going on in the school, in-school visits, college fairs, that can be found in the stream. In addition to that, there are resources for students and families in the classwork section. All I did was take a screenshot of the top part, but anything that's discussed in a senior family meeting or junior conference, all of those resources can also be found on the Google Classroom. Because what I found is that through observing and seeing what goes on in the department, it's a lot of information that's thrown at our students and our families, and it can be difficult to remember. Although our counselors are always prepared for any questions or any concerns that our students and families may have, sometimes it's convenient for the family to click on the link to necessarily see those actual documents and be able to download them themselves. Prior to me joining the Glen Cove family, on September 12th, they had a senior night presentation. So at this point, these are our seniors, and they're really looking into what is post-high school. What are we doing at that point? What are our plans to graduate? The counselors review GPAs, transcripts, types of applications. So you have your Common App, you may have an application that comes from a college, and then you have the whole application process. Types of admissions. Some students are still struggling with early admissions versus general admissions, and then also navigating using the program of Naviance. The program of Naviance, some students don't really delve into it. They're junior conference, so they have a little difficulty with that, but they end up navigating it, and the counselors do a great job with that. We make sure that we fine-tune the teacher recommendations, their financial aid, because students still struggle a little bit with understanding what financial aid is, and also knowing that the FAFSA application process, and it needs to be submitted roughly around December. Also, they discuss SAT and ACT, even though the students understand, usually by senior year, they understand roughly about PSAT. And then they talk about on-site admissions and also the NCAA clearinghouse. This presentation that was on September 12th can also be found in that section I previously talked about, where you can see all the slides. It's within the guidance. It's a class of 2025 folder. You can click on it. Inclusive and in the Glen Cove nature, the presentation was in English and Spanish. Also, thanks to GCTV, the event was live streamed, as well as it was followed up by senior family meetings. So we always try to make sure with our counselors that they cover all bases. And this was already in the Glen Cove culture and embedded within the Glen Cove way prior to me even becoming a member of the Glen Cove family. In January, they also had a junior night presentation, which went through a lot of things that's in the senior night presentation. But the difference between this is this event is designed to start students and families with the college admission process. So sometimes the students are thinking about it, but a lot of times they need a little bit of help along the way, and they need some guidance along the way. The difference with this is the introduction to the Naviance program, financial aid, and also students get them thinking about which teacher recommendations, and if they have not taken an SAT or an ACT exam, talking to the students between what is the difference between the two exams, and also encouraging them to continue on to take the exam if it's something that works for them. This is also followed up by a junior family conference. All this presentation and material can also be found on the Google Classroom class of 2026. This event was also in English and Spanish for our students and families, and the event was live streamed. Some of the other things that have happened within the counseling department during 2025, we also had college visits at Glen Cove High School, so the students did not have to leave Glen Cove High School, but the colleges came to us. These are the universities that came to Glen Cove. We have Pace, Adelphi, Florida Institute of Technology. I don't need to read all of them, but we started off with roughly about 10 this year, and we're looking to continue to grow as it was in the past. This year, we also had 3 on-site college admissions from Long Island University, Nassau Community College, and New York Institute of Technology. For those of you who may not know what on-site admissions is, I put it on the presentation for you. On-site admissions is a process where a student's application for a college or university is reviewed and a decision is made on the same day. Some other highlights that I wanted to just talk about the college that has been happening with the counseling department. It's not only dealing with college, but we did have our big college fair in April. Prior to me joining the Glen Cove family, we had many college fairs. So what's the difference between the two? The college fair, the first one that I mentioned in the dot point, that one is physically in the gym, and that's outside of school hours in the evening. The mini college fairs happen during the school day and give students the opportunity to attend during the school day. They also have, the counseling department also offers grade level family meetings. So each grade has the opportunity to meet with the counselor, with the entire family, to discuss their students' progress, what the trajectory is, what they're thinking about, just where it is that they see their future. Also, Taste of Tech field trip. I know when I first came, I said, Taste of Tech, is that like a food thing? What's going on here? But that's not that. It was really focused towards our 10th graders, and it gave them an opportunity to go to Barry Tech. Barry Tech is a BOCES program where it deals with vocational opportunities for our students, and it just gave them the opportunity to just see what it was, to see if BOCES was something that would even interest them. Gave them the exposure to see, where they wanted to see themselves going. And also there was a virtual FAFSA night, and I know, even though I went to college a long time ago, filling out that FAFSA application can be difficult. So it offered parents, families, the opportunity to just have some direction in the sense of how to fill out the application and what to necessarily, do with this information that they are provided with. So in addition to me being included in the Glen Cove family, we also had some reorganization. So we had an addition of a college and career specialist. So we have our counselor, Ms. Kelly Ioka. She was added into the mix, I should say. And with Ms. Ioka, she created a college and career center website. Although we have information that is included within our Google website and our Google classrooms, she also created a college and career website, which has a lot of the same information, but it might be a little bit easier for people to find in the event if you want to click on that. In addition to that, Ms. Ioka produces monthly newsletters, letting everyone know what's necessarily going on with QR codes, with links. She does workshops and events on college and career-related topics. She does college application and scholarship lessons for students. And this I felt was very important. A teacher came to her and said, I think it would be useful if you pushed into my classroom. She pushed into the classrooms for about a week for different teachers that signed up to help students navigate the college application process one-on-one within a classroom. She also did it with scholarships and showed them how to find them within Naviance and how to search for them. And they were able to have that one-on-one attention. She also partnered with the athletic department for an NCAA night to talk about clearinghouse and the different things that go along with that. And she also provides individual counseling for post-secondary plans, college, career, military, or trade. So although this might be Ms. Ioka's specialty, all the counselors still offer many of these things, but at the same time, this is where her area of expertise lie. And the last thing we're going to discuss, College Decision Day. This is our event that we started on May 1st. So if you go near the main office, and I know my back is to many of you here, and I apologize for that, you'll start to see where our students have been admitted to college. So we started with just celebrating them that way, where the list it doesn't stop. This is a national event that happens. Some people call it College Decision Day. It just depends on what your school wants to call it. I know last year Glen Cove called it Commit Day. So this wasn't something that was done in a vacuum. It was done in collaboration with the senior class. It was done with the guidance department along with myself at the head. And tomorrow, we're going to talk about it. So we have our hallway display, and the students hopefully tomorrow will come in wearing, to them, they wanted to wear their merch. So we had to make sure with the senior class that we worked together with them. But tomorrow, they're going to wear their merch, and we're going to celebrate with them because they deserve all the accolades that come their way. So I wanted to just make sure we talked about that. That's our last thing that the counseling department, our big event that we will have. And I just want to say thank you for your time. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for welcoming me to the Glen Cove family.
So, Ursula, I have to say, I think our idea about reorganizing and changing up our guidance department has really been a very wise decision. Thank you, and thank the guidance counselors and the teachers that help support the students and their quest for the ultimate college or career path that they'd like to take.
Thank you very
Any
much.
questions from the board?
Yes.
Thank you very much for that presentation. I just wanted to ask, is there any talk, I remember years ago, and Mr. Hudson, I think, would remember, back in 2017, we had somebody come to the high school for FAFSA, where parents were able to bring information to fill out the FAFSA form there. On our, I believe it was our computers up at the library. Is there any talk maybe of bringing that back, maybe to help parents where it's in-house, where if they have any questions there, they can help them and guide them?
I can definitely talk about that. I'm not going to necessarily say that there isn't talk about that, but I do know we've been working on our calendar for next year, so I will take note of that, where, you know, it is definitely something that would be of benefit to parents to actually have them come inside and have a workshop where it'd be one-on-one, where the questions can be answered. Definitely something that can be put on the
Okay,
calendar.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Anything else? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you, everyone, for your time.
Thanks.
So last spring, we had presentations from the middle school, and one of the many programs that they have really immersed themselves into is restorative practices. At this point in time, I'd like to introduce our middle school principal, Nelson Icolano, and his staff. I guess he's bringing people up with him to talk about the progress that's been made and the work that's been done. Mr. Icolano?
Thank you very much. This is Ms. Caramarca. I'm sure many of you know who she is, recognize her. She's been a longtime teacher in the district and at the middle school. First, before I begin, I just want to say congratulations to Dr. Doshner. On behalf of the Glen Cove Administrators Association, we want to wish you best of luck, and we look forward to working with you. And you are a former member, I might add, so it's a source of pride. So congratulations. So thank you for having me here tonight to talk about the work we've been doing. I'm very proud of it. We've made a lot of progress with regard to restorative practices. It's been a work in progress. We started last spring, as Dr. Rihanna mentioned, and I just need to mention a few names. Brianna is with us because she helps lead in this effort, but we have a lot of leaders, and I just need to mention their names because this would not be happening if it wasn't for the dedication of my entire faculty, but these teachers in particular. Ms. Gerby, Beth Gerby, Gus Sarakis, our guidance counselor, Ms. Judy Chicola, Jeff Isley, Josephine Santagata, Caitlin Galuzzo, Kirsten Kenny, Greg McGann, Natalie Camisa, and Tanya Polanski. So those folks make up the restorative practices team that really went through the initial training with Adele Bovard, who we brought into the district, and have then helped us turnkey and really develop the capacity of the entire faculty. So restorative practices focuses on building healthy relationships and resolving conflict through dialogue and understanding. And this approach is meant to encourage empathy and, most importantly, build community. Why restorative practices? So it started last spring, as Dr. Rihanna mentioned, but in the fall of 2023, I was at the Long Island Middle School Association conference and at St. Joseph's College, and I walked into a presentation on restorative practices presented by the principal and I believe the dean from Oldfield Middle School. Sound familiar, is it? Yeah. And they did a great presentation, and I was blown away because it really took away my perception, or changed my perception, I should say, of what restorative practices is. And I had always seen it, and you know, depending on the books you read on it, the articles you read, as an alternative to suspensions. So, you know, this happens, you don't suspend, you do X instead. And as someone who believes in accountability, that really didn't jive with my point of view. But I'm happy to say that I was wrong about it. What I took away from that conference was the fact that it's really about, as I said earlier, building community. We decided to visit Oldfield Middle School and watch them put their restorative circles in practice. And we were very impressed with what we saw. We, at the same time, visited, when I say we, a team of longtime teachers at the middle school. We visited Oceanside Middle School, where we saw their advisory program. And while they don't implement restorative practices per se, they are very involved in the concept of daily advisory, and again, using the advisory to build community. And Adele Bavard helped Oldfield Middle School. She's worked with them for a few years. I reached out to her. We had a really great conversation, and with the help of Dr. Rihanna and the board, we were able to bring her in and train the core team, and then we dedicated our superintendent's conference day to really building the capacity of everyone in the building. And Brianna leads us in that effort on a regular basis. She's our advisory team leader.
Okay. So I had the opportunity of going both to Oldfield High School as well as Oceanside to see what really went on during advisory, what was happening during their circles, and after that we were trained, like Mr. Iaclano said, by Adele. And at that point, we really just took a deep dive with the team to see, okay, what exactly is this, and then how are we going to be able to implement this? So we watched videos, we read articles, we had a lot of time for discussion, and then we also had a lot of time to then put it into action by us creating circles and discussing, what would we like to see, how would we like to build a community in this school. And with that, we came up with our why statement, okay? So as a group, we wrote this statement that says, our why is to create a community where both students and adults embrace and share responsibility for personal growth and emotional connections. Together, we will nurture a sense of pride and belonging. And really that as a whole is what the goal is for these circles and for the restorative practices. So it really focuses on connection, it focuses on relationships, not only between teachers and students and getting to know them better, but the peers then connecting with each other and finding similarities and what they share and questions they might have about one another. To me and to everyone, we look at this as really a proactive approach on how to make our school a better community, as opposed to being reactive when there's issues. Instead, if they feel connected to each other, if they feel pride in the school, if they feel a sense of community, they will be less likely to, get in trouble or be mean to each other, or the standard bullying that could happen. So we want to help our students really grow as humans, not only see them grow academically, and these circles have really helped us to do that.
So again, this year was primarily focusing on Tier 1. And Tier 1 involves a whole school commitment to building community and before issues arise. And we do that through circles. And Brianna will speak in greater depth to what circles are and how we do that. But what was very eye-opening was the fact that it's very heavily researched. And schools that implement circles on a regular basis, at least once a week, see a decrease in incidents and conflict among their students. We used our advisory period for this purpose, to build capacity in our students, to really relate to one another, to share their thoughts on a variety of issues. And we start with the trivial and what might seem like kind of corny, but our kids enjoy it. And then we've been progressing towards the more, deeper thoughts, deeper thinking questions, where we get them to reflect on themselves, on how they treat other people, how they would like to be treated. And we've intentionally mixed our 7th and 8th grade students in the advisories. The 6th graders, we've kept them to themselves. But the 7th and 8th grade students, we've joined them. What we found from other schools who do that during the advisory period, it, again, builds community. So those 7th graders see that 8th grader, and they're like, oh, yeah, he's in my homeroom, she's in my homeroom. And then when they get to the high school, those 7th graders now won't see them for a couple of years. Then they'll get up there, and they'll be freshmen, and they'll be nervous, and they'll have that connection once they get, here to the high school. So it's really about building community and laying the foundation for we're all a family, we're all together, and building that muscle memory when it comes to what we call circling up. And that's key. So again, I say we start with the trivial or seemingly corny stuff, but the idea of circling up and getting that part of our vernacular, part of how we do things at Findlay Middle School is key when we move into our Tier 1 and eventually Tier 3 levels of engagement.
Okay. So again, we're really focusing on Tier 1 mostly right now, and the key components to that is it's all circle up. So basically, I'll show you a few examples of a circle in a minute, but basically the key components of that is we actually physically stand in a circle. We pass around a talking piece, and this is my talking piece that I use. I'm in the trenches with the kids, so this is what we use in my classroom, and there's 12 of us in my advisory period, for example, and there's clear directions. You may not speak unless you are holding the talking piece. It's the facilitator for now is the teacher that's facilitating this, and I'll show you some scripts like I said. We have some agreements so everyone feels safe that they're coming there and that whatever they're sharing is not going to be shared with others. We start with some very basic check-ins. We make sure that everyone understands that they have an equal voice, that whatever they have to say is valued, it is encouraged that everyone speaks, but at the same time, they do have the right to pass. Eventually, we'd like, to make sure that everyone that is very comfortable will participate, but we've gotten a lot of people that participate at this point too, but they also have to feel comfortable enough to come to circle and say, okay, if I'm really not there yet answering a question that I feel is either intrusive or that I'm not ready to share out about, that they're okay not sharing. They have to feel safe, and then we always close it up by wrapping it up. So I'll give you some examples. Right now, we are partaking in circles during the advisory period, which is a 12-minute period. Right now, we're focusing really on connections. We're sharing hopes and dreams. We're doing some academic check-ins in classrooms for teachers that are comfortable with it. Here's an example of a sample script that we have done. The check-ins are something very basic. So what was the last song you listened to, for example? After that, we get a little bit more in depth. So we talk about success. What does that look like? We try to give some prompts that go along with it, because if we were just to say, what does success look like? It's not easy necessarily for a 6th, 7th, or 8th grade student to articulate that. So we give prompts to them. The circle leader, whoever's facilitating it, will summarize that, and then we do a checkout, and the checkout is so that they can make connections with one another. So part of the circle is obviously contributing their thoughts, but very importantly is that they're actively listening to each other in a respectful and thoughtful manner, and then at the end to make a connection with someone or something that somebody had said, and then we formally close the circle out. I should have mentioned that in the beginning, we also have a mindfulness moment just to kind of center everyone, make everyone feel comfortable. Sometimes it's a quote read out loud, sometimes it's a breathing exercise. So that's one example. Here's another example for extended advisory. We've only gotten to do 2 of those so far this year. Next year, we hope to have at least 1 a month where the students have about 20 minutes during their advisory period, and they can have more than one question that's posed, more opportunity to have a discussion, more opportunity to make connections. So this one all related to $1 million. So we started with a quote about million excuses or $1 million, and then everything kind of connected with each other. If you were given $1 million tomorrow, what would you do with it? And then what's one thing you would not give up, even if even for $1 million? So hearing, and understanding what mentalities, these other students are having, and saying, oh, I didn't know that student was like that, or I had no idea they had such a close relationship with their mom. That's similar to me, or something to that extent, or, oh, they have siblings that are the same age as mine. So this would be an extended advisory. Again, it takes about 20 minutes to get through those. And I think this is yours, right?
Sure. Sorry. Yeah, no worries. So, again, it's all about building community. The circling up, when I talk about muscle memory, when there is conflict, and we bring kids together, and we've done this in the past, we've been doing this forever, but this allows us a bit more structure, and we'll say to students, all right, we're going to circle up, let's work this out, and maybe it's after an argument, maybe it's after something a little more serious, maybe it's after somebody may have posted something or a rumor. We circle up, and the kids have this part of their, again, I keep saying muscle memory, but they know what that means now. And so we get together and we start with a mindfulness moment, or we start with a quote that's going to center us, and we're going to focus, and we establish the rules of how we're going to speak to one another again, this is usually a heated situation or after some sort of problem. It's not just about what would you do if you had $1 million, but they know what the protocol is, and it's extremely helpful when resolving those conflicts. And so we've seen a decrease already in the 15% decrease, actually, in the number of days students have lost to suspension. And what we're attributing this is to, again, a more restorative approach to consequences, but also a decline in the serious offenses that have happened in the past. So we are very happy for that, and there's definitely room to continue that trend. So next steps, yeah, this is mine, yeah. So next steps is to continue what we've been doing. We want ongoing support. We want to continue to bring back Adele for not as many sessions, but just that year 2 check-in. She spent the last session with us, half of the last session, working with our mental health staff, our guidance counselors, our social worker, and our school psychologist to really hone in that Tier 2 circling, the restorative circles when harm is done or there's a conflict, and a way how to resolve that. And we want to also provide training to our teachers to integrate the circling up practice into academic settings. So, it's not just about conflict, it's not just about mindfulness moments. It can really be used effectively, and it has been, to review instruction, to instead of an exit ticket, we circle up and we go over, the key components of a lesson. So teachers that really master this skill really like it because it, again, brings everybody together. Everyone has that accountability, and kids get to look at each other while they're discussing what they just learned in their classes. And the Tier 2, the restorative conversations or the harm circles, that is key to progressing and moving forward. And we did it with our, obviously, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, but now that it's become part of our culture, we're hoping to continue it. We plan to continue it. And that by the time our current 6th grade is in 8th grade, we're really hoping that it takes hold. We would love to see perhaps, it spread to other schools in the district, perhaps at the elementary schools, so that as students come to us, we kind of have a clear set of expectations and a clear understanding of what it means to circle up and what it means to build a community and get to know one another and respect each other and develop empathy for one another. So it's been a very good year at the middle school with regard to this, and it's really complemented our Beautiful Me efforts. They kind of work hand in hand, and that's something that we're in year 2, and we're going to continue into year 3 next year. So thank you very much for your support, and if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Well, I have a comment. I know in my office, I'm the one that gets notifications of suspensions. And I have to say, I wondered why they were decreasing so quickly. Whether it's a combination of the programs or restorative practices only, I hope that it continues on that path, because knowing that I'm not getting suspensions is understanding that students are learning to honor each other's differences in different ways. And I thank all the teachers who have given so much of their time to their own training and helping each other master those techniques. So thank you.
Thank you.
I've heard positive things about the advisory period. I think the kids like it, and I'm glad it's something that we've worked into the schedule.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I wanted to thank you for all your efforts on this, and it sounds like you're getting buy-in from the students, but I'm just curious what you attribute that to, because I know that it can be difficult in that age group.
The teachers.
Yeah.
We've gotten buy-in from the teachers, and I think that's because of the core team, because of Brianna. Some of the names I mentioned are new to us, but some of them have been here for 20, 25 years. So they have a lot of respect from the other faculty members. And I think when they hear it from their colleagues that they respect, they've bought into it. And so the kids are now buying into it, and it's become part of what we do. And I think it's because we went on those visits together. We saw it in action, and they see the power of restorative practices and advisories, and we were able to come back and say, you know what, other schools are doing it, and it's working out really well for them, so there's really no reason why we can't do it here. And I know, Brianna, did you want to You've been with us for a while. What do you think?
They also, the teachers, they all get a clear script, so it's nice. Like, everyone's on the exact same page, they know exactly what to do. And as long as the teachers have a positive attitude, which they do, then that's what sets the tone for the entire circle, you know? So just making sure that they're sticking to that script, but at the same time, being friendly, being welcoming. And we've really built a bond. Like, every morning, I create the advisory slides. Every morning, there's an activity. Every morning, there's something that makes them excited for the day, is what really my goal is in doing that. So now that they know what to expect, that they come in, whether it be a Wednesday or a Friday, depending on scheduling, the kids know what to expect, and kids like to know what to expect, you know? And who doesn't want to feel good? So if they start the day feeling good, I think that that's what makes them really want to contribute to it.
And Brianna is our team advisory leader, so she creates all the content. So the teachers really don't have to do a lot of heavy lifting. And we also, a thing we've been talking about of late is just enhancing our ambassador program. So every homeroom has an ambassador that, you know, can work with Ms. Kajamarka, and we're going to enhance that and empower them a bit more so that if they want to take the lead in these classes and lead their friends in some of the activities as opposed to the teacher doing it, then they're free to do that. We also did, not to do it restorative practices, but it was a lot of work on Ms. Kajamarka's part, and the Glen Cove TV helped us out with this. They gave us some guidance, and our PE staff. We did a March Madness, so we had a free throw competition in our gym every morning. Every class sent a student representative, and we had a competition. We gave it our first trophy, which we hope will be an annual thing. I stole that from Oceanside Middle School. They loved it. Their kids have loved it.
Trophy you stole?
Not this trophy. Not the trophy. We got that from Amazon, but the concept. And so, you know, while March Madness was happening in college basketball all over the country, we had our own March Madness, and it was really cool, and our kids loved it, and it was great. So,
You know, if I could comment, when you first came to me about this program, I was happy to hear that you were interested, but you made it clear that you weren't the only one interested, that your staff was somebody that you had already spoken to, and that they were already interested in looking into it. Then you came back and said, we're going to do full day, full staff training for the next level. So you did get buy-in from all your staff, and it seems that they don't want to let go, they want to continue. So kudos to Brianna and to all of you that have really helped to continue the momentum, and I hope it continues to where we really are happy about what's happening and continues in the right direction.
thank you.
In terms of bullying, because I know junior high it's that weird age, and kids are just going through a whole bunch of stuff, and they're, kids are just kids at that age. So have you seen this be helpful in terms of when you have a bullying situation or something that feels like it might go in that direction? Have you found it to be helpful in terms of healing those instances?
Yeah, so absolutely. For every consequence I give out, I have 10 to 20 meetings. It's not an exaggeration. I would invite any one of you to hang out with me for a day, you'll see. But not just me, our mental health professionals, our guidance counselors, they are always doing this work, kind of getting ahead of incidences, situations. This structure has really helped us. And so, oftentimes we hear about something after the damage is already done, especially in the age of social media. So we're able to bring kids together to circle up, even if it's a circle of 2, plus a guidance counselor and a social worker, and repair some of the harm. And the tier 2 are those harm circles, and really working with students to get them to understand that, hey, maybe we didn't think of the consequence of what you were doing. Did you realize how that would make someone feel? And so we're refining that process with our mental health staff. As I said, we started it this last session. We're hoping to include that in our training, and for everyone else as well. I would also love to include the staff in our training, because they interact with students sometimes just as much as teachers do. Our monitors, our teaching assistants. So if we can figure out a way to do that as well, and so if we all have a common language, we're hoping that it will help. So those instances are definitely going to be there. It is middle school, but how we react to them, that's changing, and with more structure. And again, we're building that muscle memory. So when we say circle up, kids know what that means.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now, the very last thing I must do is remember our girls' softball team has won this year, and they are going to the counties. Girls' varsity softball team will be playing against MacArthur at the Nassau County AA Championship on the 29th and 30th, and if needed, it's the best 2 out of 3 on Monday, June 2nd. So we are looking very forward to welcoming our champions there. The game will be hosted at Farmingdale State University. So good luck to our girls softball team. And somebody walked into my office with a petition last May and said, "Can we have flag football?" And I said, "Oh, okay, it's after the budget. We're not supposed to be doing this." But we found the money, and let me tell you, they were worth every cent. They did a great job this season, so congratulations to the girls' flag football as well. All right. And that is the superintendent's report this evening.
Okay, thanks very much. Okay, so on to Isabel and her student board member report.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm excited to share some recent highlights and upcoming events from our school district. One of the most impactful groups in our school is the Athletes Helping Athletes program. On May 30th, students from this club will be attending the Games for the Physically Challenged, where they'll be buddied up with students with disabilities in a day of connection and inclusion. Last year, only 1 student participated, and this year we're proud to have 20 students attending, showing tremendous growth and commitment within the community. This past Saturday, the I Am My Sister Club hosted a Hope in Motion walk to raise awareness for mental health. It was a meaningful event that brought students and community members together around an important cause, reminding us all of the value of empathy and support. Additionally, the Glen Cove High School National English Honor Society, in collaboration with the Glen Cove Youth Bureau, has launched a literacy initiative by setting up little free libraries. These libraries officially opened on May 8th at Morgan's Park and Big Ralph Park, giving residents free access to books and promoting a love for reading across all age groups. In athletics, our varsity softball team is heading to the county championship next week at Farmingdale State College. They'll take on MacArthur in a best-of-3 series with games scheduled for May 29th at 4:30 p.m., May 30th at 1:30 p.m., and if necessary, June 2nd at 7:30 p.m. We're wishing them the best of luck in bringing home the title. Our flag football team also has a big moment ahead, playing a playoff game tomorrow, May 22nd, away at Levittown Division at 5 p.m. In track and field, Josiah Cooper had an incredible season, finishing as the Nassau County champion in shot put. His hard work and success are a great example of the dedication our student athletes bring to their sports. Thank you.
Isabel, we have to ask, did you commit?
Yes, I'm going to University of Florida.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Okay, thank you for that. So now we're going to our first public participation on agenda items only, please. You can go up to Ida and sign in, and you can speak for 3 minutes. And please give your name and address when you get to the podium.
Good evening, Allison Fletcher, 30 Pearsall Avenue, President, Glen Cove Teachers Association. I just would like to read a statement. First off, I'd like to say congratulations on passing the budget, which is not only fantastic, but a relief, I'm sure, for all of you. Congratulations to Brett Miller and Leah Leone on being elected to the board, and thank you to Lynn for her service on the board as well. I want to sincerely thank Dr. Rihanna for your dedicated leadership and unwavering commitment to our students and staff and community. You have worked extremely hard to better and improve our district and facilities, and I thank you for your continuous effort. Your collaboration and support have made a lasting impact, and I wish you all the best in your next chapter. On behalf of the Glen Cove Teachers Association, I would like to extend a warm and enthusiastic welcome to our new Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Alexa Doshner. As someone who has already demonstrated a strong commitment to our district through your work as Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum, Instruction, and Technology, we are confident that your transition into this new role will be marked by continued collaboration, innovation, and a shared dedication to excellence in education. We are excited to continue building on our existing partnership and look forward to working together to make meaningful strides for both our students and staff. The Glen Cove Teachers Association remains committed to fostering a positive, productive relationship with district leadership, and we believe that your leadership will help us continue to move forward with purpose and unity. So welcome once again, and best wishes as you begin this new chapter. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
I'm an alumni of the school district. I graduated in 1978. And, Debbie Cantor, 34 Pearsall Avenue. As I said, I'm an alumni of the Glen Cove School District. I am an employee for the past 24 years. And I just am here tonight just to make a brief comment. It is with great enthusiasm and pride that I offer my wholehearted congratulations to Dr. Alexa Doshner on her appointment as the new superintendent of schools. Having had the privilege of working alongside her for the past 3 years, I have witnessed firsthand her unwavering commitment to students, staff, and the Glen Cove community at large. Her leadership is marked by vision, integrity, and a genuine passion for educational excellence. She brings not only a wealth of experience, but also a thoughtful and collaborative approach that inspires those all around us. I'm excited to see the positive impact she will undoubtedly make in her new role. Her transition into the superintendency is a natural progression. And I have every confidence that she will lead our district with the same dedication and insight she has consistently demonstrated. Congratulations once again, Dr. Doshner. I look forward to supporting you in this new chapter and to work alongside you, and we will make a great team. Thank you.
Thank you.
Janet Blatt, McGrady Street, Glen Cove. This is not going to be heard well. And despite the fact in our middle school we are encouraging children to understand the value of their voice, I understand that my voice is not heard well here and almost never has been. And as you know, I don't care. I not only come to board meetings, but I pay attention to what people say to me, and people come to my door. They think since I was active in something that was going on 30 years ago in the city, through the city government, that they should come to me. I'll have answers. Well, I don't have any answers. And telling people to come to the board or come to the board meeting doesn't happen. In the last month, people have been coming to me about the superintendent search process. And as you see, I am here alone tonight because none of them are here. But what they said to me basically goes along with my thinking. I am not happy. You had 37 originally. You didn't get all the applications in front of you. I was told by somebody who was told by a board member that you got 7 applicants passed on to you, and if this is the best you can do, you are a sorry group. It is my opinion, based on personal experience with your new superintendent, and from what other people have said, that this is a very, very, very bad appointment. I would like to focus on one thing. The paper that you had published that also had other names from the district on it, I passed on to 8 people in the district. They passed that on to 43 other people, some of them not in the district, some of them administrators, principals, assistant superintendents, teachers, whatever. And what I have heard back is not one of them thought that that was a quality piece of work. I myself thought it was garbage. I have read many articles by educators over my lifetime, and some of them have been good and some of them haven't been good, and this one was among the worst. You obviously read it, or should have read it, and thought it was terrific. That says something about how your minds work. Maybe the appointment will work, and maybe it won't. I'm glad that no relatives of mine are in the school district now and will be ever again in the school district, because although one of the search partners, when I was discussing this with him, when the public had a meeting with him, said to me that I should have hope. Quite honestly, if this is what they gave you, it's a waste of our $70,000.
I'm sorry you feel that way. Maria would like to make a statement.
Yeah. Everyone's commenting, and I think I need to voice my opinion as I walk out of a district that I've committed my life to the last 12 years. Being a superintendent is not an easy position. I try to bring aspects of it that aren't typical, and so I have sat with students, asked for their voice. I have gone to get a hug on a bad day from a kindergartner, or gone to debate a middle schooler, or came to the high school just to hear what the next great event is going to be, or what they're involved in. Community over the years have been overall supportive, but there have been times when I have been the bullseye, and it's my job to be that way, to make the hard decisions. Alexa, we have worked together for the last 10 years. Your mother whispered in my ear just a little while ago that I raised you. When we work to improve a district, it's going to take time. It's going to take patience. It's going to take the community to give us a chance to prove ourselves and to hold us accountable. And in every step along that way, if we make incremental steps in the right direction, you've achieved more than you can ever imagine. I know you know this already because you have made those steps in the right direction over the years. I personally will help in any way I can. We've already started our transition. I will continue to wish for only the best for our children in this district. Although I'm leaving, my heart is probably going to be here for quite a long time, if not ever. And so I'm going to ask you to care for our kids, to care for to understand that our staff is valuable because they are on the front lines and they will work with our students every single day. And they will need courage and they will need support, and so will you. You will need that support because we don't do it alone. We do it as a family, we do it as an administrative staff, we do it as a Glen Cove group. So I wish you great success. I challenge you to get to the next level and then go beyond. I want you to care for this community, and I hope I have given it the progress it deserved. I know I haven't gotten to the end because the end will never happen. The next person has to take it on and has to move it forward, has to be strong. They'll be watching, they'll be accountable to you, you'll be accountable to them, but that's all a part of the process. So be strong, be wise, and continue this great legacy in this great community.
Marion Iavino, 24 Bryce Avenue. First time, long time, like they say on the radio. I'm not going to be eloquent, but I'm just going to say I'm a parent who really loves this community, and I participate in this community, and I'm so excited that we have Dr. Doshner as our new superintendent. I want to thank you for the board because you guys are volunteers. It's a big responsibility what you do, and I thank you for taking time to even do this out of your schedule. Thank you, Dr. Ayana, for bringing us to this level because we were at this level when you came, so thank you very much. And like I said, as a parent, I'm excited. I know there's a whole bunch of other ones, so thank you.
Maria DeLuca, 35 Phillips Road. No paparazzi, please. Just kidding. I wanted to thank Maria Rihanna for all of your service and just to come up here and express my gratitude because I really do think that the board got this right. I'm so excited for Dr. Doshner. I think this is so well-deserved. And as a parent, as a PTA board member, as a FAME board member, I've seen a lot happen in this district, and I have witnessed firsthand all of the sacrifices and dedication from Dr. Doshner in the decade that I've known her. So I want to thank you so much, and I also want to thank her husband and her children, because I know mom misses a lot of bedtimes. I've been there, and thank you for lending your mom to us because she's incredible, and I hope you guys are tremendously proud. She's done amazing things. She's going to do even more amazing things going forward. And, again, Glen Cove may be a city, but, as we know, it truly takes a village, and I'm just so proud to have you, Dr. Doshner, as part of my village, and I know a lot of families that feel the same way, so thank you.
Good evening, Katerina Montrakis, and I have stage fright. And no speech prepared, but thank you so much, Dr. Rihanna. We have spoken in the past, and I have seen your work. We were so lucky to have you, and I am very happy, Dr. Doshner, that you are the one who's taking over now. I have had multiple interactions with you regarding both my children, and you have proven to me every single time that the district cares about the students' well-being, safety, and education. Thank you very much. I wish you the best to both of you. Thank you. Good night.
Caroline Dolgard Clark. It's been about a year since I've been up here. I was not going to come up, but I felt like it was really important for me to say thank you, Dr. Rihanna, for all of your years of service. I've said this at the PTA Council event. We haven't always seen eye to eye, but I do truly appreciate your commitment to the students and your very student-focused look at our district. And I am super excited. I love the energy, Dr. Doshner, to have Dr. Doshner take over as we go into this next era. And I do think you are going to meet the moment. I am fully confident. We met when you were landing school principal. I believe that's when we first met. And I think I can share with my own personal experience the level of compassion that you show the students and their families and all the families, not just the families who look like me. And I think that's remarkable in such a diverse district, your commitment to all of the students, which may not gain favor with some groups, but for me, I very much respect that aspect of how you approach your work. The care, the compassion, the energy, and the intellectual curiosity. We're heading into a new era, and I'm really excited to have you leading us. So thank you, and thank you again, Dr. Rihanna.
Thank you.
Dr. Rihanna, I just want to thank you for what you've done and wish you the best of luck in your new phase. You talk beautifully. I've seen what you've done in the past 4 years that I've been involved with the community. So congratulations on your next step. I am Connie Pinilla from the North Shore Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I am the president of the Hispanic Chamber, and I am beyond delighted that a Latina will be representing 25% of our population of the kids in Glen Cove. It is exciting, and I thank the mother that just spoke to recognize that, and it's so important to understand that we all want the same thing and to be respected, irrespective of our color or how we talk or how we look. And I am so proud of you, and I am looking forward to working together and supporting the board in any way we can as an organization. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you. Okay. We're going to move on now to the instructional report.
Based on the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, I ask the Board of Education to approve Agenda Item 7 on the instructional report, A, Committee on Special Education, and B, Committee on Preschool Special Education.
Can I get a motion? Maureen and Leah, all in favor? 7. Okay, business affairs.
Based on the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, I ask the Board of Education to approve Agenda Item 8B, Operations, numbers 1 through 13.
Can I get a motion? Megan and Ann, any questions? All in favor? Okay, I see 7. I just want to stop and thank two donations we received. One from John Mitchell, theatrical items were donated, and Debbie Reagan donated $300 to the TV studio, so thank you very much for that. We're going to move on to personnel.
Based on the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, I ask the Board of Education to approve Agenda Item 9A Certified, items 1 through 13.
Motion? Angela and Ann, all in favor? 7.
Based on the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, I ask the Board of Education to approve Agenda Item 9B Classified, items 1 through 11.
Motion? Ann and Megan, all in favor?
Can I make a comment?
Yeah, 7.
Go ahead, you want to? All right, we'll fight over this. Go ahead.
Based on the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, I ask the Board of Education to approve Agenda Item 9C Non-Classified, item 1.
Motion. Ann and Megan, all in
You're
favor?
out? Okay. 12 years ago, I came to this district, and part of the responsibilities I took on was to work with my colleagues when superintendent's hearings were held. And I met a person who is more related to more people in this district by affiliation than anyone I know, okay? He was so concerned about the students of this district, and it showed in every word, in every action, and I can still say to this day, it only has gotten greater. And so I want to congratulate Mr. Hudson on his tenure as principal of the Glen Cove High School. I think the only group that you care more about than the kids in this district are your own, and they were part of that time. But Alan, thank you for all your service over the years and as high school principal, and you never know where it's going to take you. I know, we disagree on that one, but it's okay.
Congratulations, Mr. Hudson.
Congratulations.
It's a well-deserved honor, and we're very pleased to bestow it on you. Thank you so much.
The other, I know I have to do this. Look, he's looking at me like I want to do it. But again, tenure is very important to me, and I think it is to the Board of Education. It means that you have now become an integral part of the district, but you also have an enhanced commitment. Once tenure is given, the stereotypical attitude is, well, now they get to sit back. In my definition, you move forward even with more conviction. And so an additional member of our permanent family is Kristen Schaefer. Kristen, as we move forward, we never stop growing, and I can be a perfect example of that as I'm getting older each year. But I hope to see you enhance your work with our teachers in the most meaningful manner, bring innovation and support, and lead our teachers in the right direction.
Congratulations, Ms. Schaefer. Well deserved.
I'll leave the rest to your ceremony, Mr. DiNapoli.
June 4th.
All right, everybody ready to move on to policy? This is a second reading of the policy 7500, naming of facilities. Anybody have any comments, questions? Okay. Do we want to vote to approve it? All right, can get a motion? Angela and Ann, all in favor? 7? Yep. Okay. Any new business? Any board comments? All right, Ann.
Thanks. I'm going to be over 3 minutes, so. There is one thing that I have to say, Dr. Alexa Doshna. I remember you from the very, very beginning because I sat on your committee to hire you for the AP of the high school. And I'm sorry if I'm going to get a little emotional, but I see your kids here tonight, and your son was a year old when you were hired. So to see your kids grow up here is such a blessing, and it's such an honor to have seen you grow in the community, you know, from AP science coordinator. If I'm missing something, forgive me. So I really want to thank you. I want to thank you for your dedication and your commitment to this district. And I know moving forward, you will move us in the right direction, so I appreciate you. I really, really do. I also want to mention that there was a walk on Saturday for the health and wellness. Leah and I walked. Maria was there as well. I only did 3 laps. Leah did more. You know, there's a couple of people that I really would like to thank because somebody did mention it here that it does take a village. And this community is a true village, and we are a family. And these individuals that I am going to thank, you know, have taken their time on a Saturday to come and, you know, to be a part of that walk. So I just would like to recognize and thank the following: Annalise Henry, Anise Sanchez, Julie Perello, Rosemary Wallins, and Anna Lagos. They are social workers and psychologists that came, and I really, truly appreciate them being there and being there for our community. I also would like to thank Mr. Hudson, Kim Hudson, Angelina Stone, Sue Booza, who's also a teacher. You know, it really meant a lot. That walk really meant a lot, and it hit home for a lot of people. And Dr. Rihanna, I also want to thank you for having it and allowing us to have it here. So thank you.
Absolutely. This is an exciting meeting because we've had a lot of celebrations. This is in no particular order, but I would like to congratulate Teresa on your first budget and getting passed. And well done. A lot of work to come into, and you did great. Leah, I'm glad to have you back on the board. Brett, we're very glad to have you joining us. Lynn, we're going to miss you, and maybe we'll see you again. And congratulations, Alan and Kristen. And then Maria, thank you for all of your years and getting us to where you have. I mean, it's a huge difference from when you started. And Alexa, we are so excited for this new chapter with you, and we think you're going to do great. We have every confidence in you, and we're very excited. So congratulations all around.
I want to just go without saying that I echo everything everyone said. It's been a fabulous, everything tonight was really great to hear, and I'm really excited for everything. But one point that I've really been reflecting on today was how much I value the community. The process that we went through for the superintendent search was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, and I thank you guys. It was unbelievable. And there are incredible people out there. Like, our schools are amazing. I'm so glad that it was just an incredible process. But something that really stood out to me is that I love having you guys in these seats tonight, and I loved hearing your voices, the community feedback that we got, and what the consulting firm told us about you guys, and being able to hear that was so impactful and powerful. And really, we are always here with the best intentions, and I said this when I ran. I know that we know we can't meet everyone's needs, but everyone deserves to be heard. And that is always our commitment, because when we're not making the most popular choice necessarily, we know that your needs are being met. So please, guys, keep letting us know what you want, what you like, and what you don't like, because we want to hear you. To me, all of these wonderful things we were hearing about tonight were so important, but what really stood out to me during this search process was you, the community. It was really great to be engaged with you in that way, and we would love to continue to hear from you. That's it. You don't want to say anything? You just won an election.
Well, yeah, I mean, thank you so much for, it was a little nerve-wracking this time around, so thank you, everybody, and you're stuck with me for another 3 years, all of you guys up here. I'm really honored and humbled to be able to still be a part of this, along with Brett. You know, we went to high school together. I've known him for decades, so being able to work with somebody who you've known for so long will will be a nice welcome to our group. Lynn, thank you so much for your service with us. And like Angela said, you never know, you might come back. But thank you, everybody. And let's hope that we still keep getting big crowds like this moving forward. Keep coming. We want people here. Keep coming.
Just in addition to everything else, I don't even remember, was it last week we did the walkthrough at Landing at the extension, and it's incredible. And there was like we kept opening a door to the older part of the building, and so some kids would see us, and so then they wanted to see, so that we let them poke their heads in, we let them go in, and that was like the most fun part, was to see like their faces. They were so excited for this new part of their building, and it just got me excited to see what's more to come in this building and at Daisy, and more to come. And we have so many great ideas, and hopefully everything will work out. But it's just, it just like, I was like, I can't even believe this is built. Like, seemed like so long ago, getting the funding and getting the plans. And so that's been an amazing journey, and it's just inspiring to see where it will go. So that was a very fun thing that happened last week.
Okay, thank you. All right, moving on. So we have another public participation. If anybody has any non-agenda items they want to speak about, you can sign in with Ida, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes.
Janet Blatt, McGrady Street. Going back to the presentation made by the high school assistant principal, I had asked, when you eliminated the position of supervisor, director, whatever the title was, of guidance, who was supervising the guidance counselors in the district. And I was told that they were meeting building by building or whatever, and they were able to take care of whatever they needed to take care of. Obviously, there's a lot more happening, and I don't have a problem with what was presented tonight, and obviously the assistant superintendent is knowledgeable and is doing a good job. My question is, in regard to the state regulation, does that only hold if you were to hire somebody to fill that position alone, and it doesn't pertain to when someone else adds that responsibility or has that responsibility of, I'm going to say supervising, but that's probably not the right word, what the guidance department does, the people in the department do, and how it was done. I'm the daughter of somebody who was a high school, not only a high school English teacher and track coach, but basically without a department head was the head of what was the department at a high school that was bigger than this whole district. So I'm aware of the amount of work it takes and what's done, but having the assistant principal do what she's doing doesn't fall into that category of.
When you're done, I'll answer the question.
Okay, the only other thing I had to say is I went to both nights of the concert this week. When the string instrument program started in this district, and I went to concerts, and they were part of it, I literally sat there like this. It is very hard to listen to anyone play string instruments who can't play. I went to the winter concerts. I went this week. The tone of the music coming out of those students is so superior. It is so excellent. The Mr. Kwok is obviously an excellent teacher, well-loved by his students, and a superb conductor. And he has a magnificent sense of humor. He is really just a terrific person. Also, and as always, the vocal music presentations. Mr. Norris there may be people in this world who are as good as he at doing the job he does, but there is nobody better. And he gets the best from every one of his students. And both nights, mixed chorus and the select chorale, it just blows you away. I mean, if you close your eyes when you listen to them sing, you think you're listening to a chorus of well over 200 students. It's superb. So that's it. So.
I agree. The concerts were fabulous, and all of you who have attended, I'm sure, agree with me. It was at a different level this year. They really outperformed themselves. So I'm glad you enjoyed the music and the talent and the guidance and support that our teachers have given them. In regard to the guidance office, we hired a different type of, it's a college and career guidance counselor that has helped to shape some of the responsibilities in the guidance department. When an administrator is assigned, it could be the principal, assistant principal at the middle school. It is also assistant or principal that shares that responsibility, but equally there is a lead guidance counselor that helps to promote the support through their department as well. So it was just a redistribution of responsibilities, but the supervision still done by the overall by the guidance office. And I agree with you, Ms. Mora Dr. Mora has done a great job in helping support that, as is Mr. Hudson, who has sat with the guidance office quite a number of times this year as well.
I just wanted to make sure that we weren't going to have a problem with...
No problems.
What? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. As you know, we only hire the best people. Thanks for your comments. Anybody else? Okay. I think it's time to go home. Can I get a motion? Ann and Megan, all in favor? 7. All right. Thank you very much to Glen Cove TV, volunteer students. Have a good night.